After looking over the Risembool Ranger Facebook page, I looked at a pasted tweet from Marzgurl. Yep, that bitch is at it again. This time she's viewed both the calling the I Stand with Vic community and Vic's fan club, the Risembool Rangers, nothing more than a cult. Really? That the best you got, Marzgurl? What? We are not a cult. People like me, people like Squalikins, and everyone that views Vic's streams on Wednesday nights on Twitch, we are not a cult. We are just his fan base who are looking out and wanting to support a man that you villainized for your own selfish gain almost 3 years, almost practically 3 years ago. 3 years you've kept this facade up, Marzgurl. And for 3 years, I've been coming after you. Or rather, almost 3 years I've been coming at you, calling you out for the hypocritical fraud that you've proven to be. You make tombs for the righteous and for the prophets, and saying, had we lived in the days of our forefathers, we never would have taken in the murder of the prophets. But in saying that, you testify against yourselves, proving that you are the descendants of those that murdered the prophets. Fill up, then, the measure of your sin, the sins of your forefathers. You snakes, you brood of vipers, how will you ever escape being condemned to hell? Therefore, I send to you wise men and teachers of the law. Some you will kill and crucify in your synagogues, and others you will chase from town to town. And therefore, the blood of all righteous people, from the blood of Abel to the son of Zechariah, to the blood of Zechariah, son of Berechiah, who you murdered between the temple and altar, will be on your hands. All this will fall on this generation. You know who said that, Marzgurl? The Son of God, when he criticized the scribes and Pharisees in his last sermon to the people. And you are no different than a Pharisee, claiming to be righteous and decorating yourselves as a holy woman. But we all know what kind of person you are. A self-serving, opportunistic whore who will do anything for clout, whether it's doctoring photos to frame Vic of a crime he's never really truly committed, getting your hands on my personal info so you can call my mother to get me off your back and threaten the cops on me, telling conventions to uninvite Vic or not let him in, even if he just buys a ticket as a regular patron. And not as a guest. To boycotting and demanding that Kamea-Khan and Anime Matsuri not let him in. I've tried my damnedest to get Vic back in cons. And what's it gotten me? Thrown in my state. And what's it gotten me? Thrown out of fan groups at said conventions. All because of people like you, Marzgurl. Individuals like you are a cancer that this community, that the anime community here in the States need to cut away. And soon that day's coming. I don't know when, I don't know how, but it is coming. The Lord will march forth like a mighty hero. He'll come out like a warrior full of fury. He will shout out his battle cry and crush his enemies. Isaiah 42:13. When that day comes, you are going to get crushed. And gosh, and Lord knows I haven't done using this, I haven't come out and used this as my weapon in almost 2 years. That being said, we all know what my and anyone who knows me knows what my battle cry is. And what my battle cry is. That I stand with Vic now, then, forever. As for you, Mars girl, you're just nothing but a spiteful old little shrew. And besides, I bet you've taken the COVID vaccine and are now infertile anyway. Way due to the negative effects of that thing. But I'm getting off track. Everyone knows, Mars girl, you're nothing but a compulsive liar and an opportunistic shrew who will do anything for fame. And you don't care who gets hurt. Whether it's someone like Vic, Todd, Abercorn, Johnny Young Bosch. Though granted, Johnny would easily put you in your place much fast in a lot more efficient manner. Ruben Langdon, Karen Strassman, or any other VA who didn't agree with the narrative that you tried to pump out. And the only reason Funimation and Rooster Teeth fired him is because the majority of those men and women are a bunch of woke, fascist pieces of garbage, whack jobs anyway. All looking for an opportunity to get rid of him. Don't believe me? Let me go off on a tangent for a second before I go back to Marzgurl. Let's start with Chris Sabat. I already dissected why he threw Vic under the bus. Jealousy over the fact that Vic got the role of Broly instead of him when the Broly films got dubbed. Sean Schemmel, already obvious, and openly admitted they hated Vic because of how open Vic was about his faith. Where Chris viewed Vic as someone cut from the same cloth as Schemmel's own father. If you don't believe me, go to a video done by a prominent Kick Vic YouTuber and Dragon Ball aficionado named Geekdom 101, who did an interview with Schemmel a few years back, where Schemmel admitted why he doesn't like Christians. Monica Rial. Now, this is only my headcanon. She tried to seduce Vic because of around whenever they were in that hotel room together, the Air anime series had finished dub recording. And she didn't want to have the same sad and rather confusing ending, if anyone ever watched that series, that her character got, because her and Vic's characters were lovers in that series. Which I still find rather creepy, to be fair. And I know I shouldn't be throwing this woman under the bus, but in hindsight, I think we all should throw her under the bus. Over at Rooster Teeth, Elizabeth Maxwell. She wanted one man in the role of Crow out from the beginning. But Monty Ohm said no, he wanted Vic in. And then once Monty was dead, she had to bide her time and wait for the opportunity to get Vic out. And we all know who replaced Vic as Crow from Volume 7 onward, Jason Liebert. Why? Because Jason's her boyfriend. Yeah, I'm pulling as many skeletons out of the closet as I can with these hacks. As for Jamie Markey, I don't know. J. Michael Tatum, Greg Aries, Chris Patton probably bought all the lies that Chris said about Vic being anti-homosexual, about Vic hating the LGBTQIA community, which was not true. If you've ever watched that video, that of that altercation that occurred at Triad Anime Con in 2016, where he confronted two raw, dogmatic Christians about the judgment of God versus the love of God. Vic does not think the same way they do. And for those wondering, yes, if you've ever gone to to any panels with J. Michael Tatum, not that I have, there is that story that he tells about how his father found out he was gay. Patton and Greg Ayers, look it up. And Greg Ayers, look it up. They're both gay, and more importantly, they're both pagans. Chris is a regular run of the mill pagan. Greg, on the other hand, has some sort of tethers to a death cult from Mass Effect. I don't get how that pans out, and I don't want to know, to be fair. And trust me, even if I did find out why Greg Ayers has that religious alignment, I think you'd be terrified and sickened by it. And then, of course, Kara Edwards, I don't know what she had against Vic outside of lying about that consensual dance they had at Animazement in 2008. I wasn't going to con. And for the record, there was a video of it. I haven't been to Animazement since 2017. I've only been there twice, and both times Vic was not at that con. 2016, 2017. The last con I did see Vic at was Holly Hill, now renamed Tar Heel Comic Con, in 2019. I have a couple of videos where Mom sent me a text. She's taking a nap. Anyway, as I was saying, I haven't seen a WVA since Vic in 19. Before him, Lucy Christian. But that being said, does Vic deserve any of the hate he's gotten over the last 3 years or so? No. If anyone deserves it, Marzgurl, it's you for being the cause of all of this. This division within the community, this vitriol spewed at an innocent man, this stigma and casting people like me as scapegoats. Anyone is the true villain of this story, Marzgurl. It's not Vic, and it's not me. It's you. You are the poison that needs to be extracted. Once again, I stand with Vic, now, then, and forever. Leave a comment, sub to the channel, smash that like button. That's 2128 signing out. Goodbye. Good effing night.